Wow.
Who wanna rock with Jennie?
No, I'm a
Get your
Lisa
nails done,
girl.
nail done
I'm
like
a
Jennie.
Lisa girl. Gold teeth sitting on the dash. She a rock star. Okay, so who would have thought that in the realm of the town here with the townspeople that you and I would have a moment in which we're crossing over. Our Venn diagram for music is actually crossing over, and we're both having a full-out stand battle between two K-pop stars.
It's not a stand battle because I'm not I don't stand Jennie. The album is just really good because okay for
Listen, if you listen to something on repeat, that means you're standing it.
I'm saying the album, but the thing that I find interesting because it came out on Friday. We're recording this on Sunday.
We're recording this on Saturday.
Oh my god, it's Saturday. Thursday night it came out, or like midnight, whatever. So I listened to it because I got home. I listened to Mayhem first. So I popped a gummy. I was like sitting at home. It hits. I'm like had my headphones on. I'm like sitting at my kitchen table, just like vibing.
Can y'all picture Nick with his headphones sitting alone in his kitchen
At midnight, just like. So then I listened to majority of Mayhem, and then by the last 3 songs, which were all ballads, I kind of just like fast forward through them because I was like, okay, I got what it was trying to do. I didn't listen. I like Gaga. Like Gaga was very formative for me in middle school, as she was for a lot of people. I think the album is okay. It's just not really my taste anymore. Which, you know, to each their own, and I'm happy for her, and I'm glad that she made a comeback. I do love Abracadabra, but the rest of the songs, like I mean, I do like Zombie Boy. Am I gonna listen to those like on repeat? Probably not.
Yeah,
but then what happened was, so I was on Twitter scrolling as I was listening to Mayhem, and someone that I follow was like live tweeting the JENNIE album, and I was like, and I had seen nobody else tweeting about it, and this person who is like a stan account essentially that I follow for like a lot of pop stars, I take what they say with a grain of salt because, you know, girl, it's like a teenager, so like and like you can't really trust them.
Teens have taste.
But then they were going and like being like going through each song and like describing it. And I said, you know what? I went through Mayhem. I said, let me just give Miss JENNIE a try. Because they ended the review with, if you don't normally listen to K-pop, this is like a really easy way to like enter to K-pop. And I said, you know what? I'm not a huge K-pop stan, so like let me just see what this girl's about. The album starts and I go, oh wait, hold on a minute. And then it gets to like JENNIE, which that song I immediately edited to no, that's extra. That's extra. Oh, which is also, I'm sorry, Doechii eats JENNIE up on that song. Like eats her up. But I will say, when JENNIE starts the song, she's like, I can't remember how what she says exactly. She's like, you know, it's a fucking vibe or something. And it's like the way that she says it, she reminds me. And for those who are chronically online, you'll know, I don't know this girl's name, but there is this Asian woman who went really viral online a couple years ago because she was like, let me get a chopped cheese and like whatever in like a deli, and she's like really using AAVE really hard. So when I heard like JENNIE start, I thought that she had a feature on the song. I was like, damn, okay, girl, get your coin. No, it was just JENNIE. And I go, okay. And as I'm listening through the album, I go, okay, there are some moments where I go, she's using that AAV a little hard. And I texted my sister and I go, this JENNIE album is good, but does she normally sing like this? And I was informed that she does.
Well, the thing is, I'm Pioneer Peru.
I'm Trailblazer Nick.
And this is
Pioneers and Trailblazers.
And what I was trying to inform my sister Nick when it comes to the realm of K-pop music, and mind you, I want to make a big distinction here, you know, for educational purposes, that you categorically actually, and what they're intentionally doing with JENNIE and Lisa's album, Alter Ego, who I'm team Lisa. Okay?
I haven't
Lisa,
listened.
can you teach me Japanese? I say hi. Okay.
I haven't listened to that. The only song I've listened to off of her album is the one that with
Born Again.
Yeah, with Doja Cat and Ray, which is like, it's a cute song.
It's cute. Listen to Rockstar. Okay. Listen to Rockstar. So the thing is, shot in Thailand because she's Thai. Like while she was shooting White Lotus,
she was recording.
She shot the music video for Rockstar.
Oh, okay.
So can you believe in the daytime being like, "Hi, welcome to the White Lotus," like being all cute, demure, and like cutesy little Asian girl that they're portraying her as, and then busting her cooch at fucking 3 a.m. doing rock. The music video, serve. What they're doing with these girls.
She's a very talented actress.
Absolutely. And we can discuss
and I will say, if we're going bar for bar, like if we're comparing Jennie and Lisa, like Jennie had her little stint on The Idol. Bad. Like literally, girl, stick to the music.
Yeah.
Lisa, girl, she has a bright future in the entertainment
and
industry.
I saw her
in that
on
regard.
Hot Ones. What a really charismatic person. She is a star and she is cool. But the thing is, they're intentionally making the ones that are like branching out and breaking through, like
doing solo,
like Rosé, another one from Blackpink. The only one who what?
Sorry, every time you say Rosé, I just think of the drag queen.
Oh,
and I'm like, right, she was in Blackpink, right? Of course.
Well, Miss Rosé also released music.
We don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it.
All I'm gonna say is that I'm happy that people have their
creative outlets
and creative outlets, and I also respect people feeling themselves.
Who want to rock with Jennie?
So what they're doing with these releases is they're clearly making them first of all, they're all in English, so all the albums are just English.
No. Miss Jennie has some songs where she goes back and forth. She goes back and forth.
Well, the thing is, I guess what I'm saying is like their solo releases, like they're like they're singles, they're English releases.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm trying to say is there's a big distinction with what they're doing with Jennie and with Lisa and with Rosé. They're releasing albums not as a K-pop album, like they're just releasing it as just
a pop
album. So. Not to say that they're not K-pop stars, because they inherently are. They're like one of the biggest global sensations.
No, they're huge.
Miss Blackpink.
I was talking
about Rise Up.
I was talking about this with my friend Isabel yesterday, because I had dinner over at her apartment with her spouse Gio, and we were discussing, because she had also been listening to Jennie, and she's like, I don't really listen to K-pop either, and she's like went into a deep dive of Blackpink, and she was like, it's kind of crazy that the person who has the least amount of Instagram followers in the group still has like 75 million followers.
Of course, yeah.
And she's like, and that's like the least famous one in the group.
Yeah. And let me tell you, like, so look, Rosé, Lisa, Jennie, Miss Jisoo, who's the other one of the four, just released a song called Earthquake, and like she's also a global megastar. She was just in whatever they were all in fucking France for Paris Fashion Week, but now Jisoo, it feels more K-poppy, her release, than the other three.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rosé full on went like easy breezy, cool, laid back pop girly with Bruno Mars. Lisa's but literally a number one hit, like literally.
No, good for her.
And then Miss Lisa's being like rock star, like rock star fantasy, and then Jennie, and then Jesus just like doing like her song's called Earthquake, and it's like a cute song, but it's not like they didn't package her the same way that the other ones were packaged. But anyway, so what I was discussing about AAVE is that in K-pop proper, there's been a trend since, like, I would say, and there's one, please, you're gonna have to comment, because you always do, and you're an incredible townsperson. I don't necessarily know your name, and you need, because anytime I talk about K-pop, this townsperson comments being like, I love it when they start geeking out when Peru makes like a Pioneer Trailblazer K-pop related. So I'm sure this specific townsperson is literally peeing right now in the train or like in the subway or wherever you're at
in
right
their
now,
cubicle,
us geeking out over K-pop. So please, this is gonna be 10 more minutes. So this is your episode. This is yours, and we love you. What they do is, after like second generation, there was a group called 2NE1, which is also 21 or to anyone. Get it? They love making like English puns like that in their names.
Okay.
They're one of the very first K-pop groups that, instead of doing like K-pop like kitty, they were like, oh, we're like badass girls, and we're rappers, So then this thing about like having a rapper in a K-pop group became like a thing. So like then all of these second generation and onward groups started having like a girl who was a designated rapper, right? 21 kind of like started the trend. CL, the singer CL.
I'm not familiar.
You probably have heard of her in and out. She also did something with Bruno Mars. She was trying to break through as a rapper in the English language market. Didn't really quite break through, unfortunately. But she had her moment. So she was the one who like kind of started the whole. Then every third generation K-pop group, it became like a mandatory thing that they had to have a rapper. So then ever since then in the K-pop world, when they release a new group, they always categorize the members, for example, as like the lead vocalist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's like the main dancer, right? And then there's like the rapper,
which is Jennie.
Jennie's not the rapper.
Oh.
Lisa's the rapper of Blackpink.
Oh.
But to see, here's the thing. So now everyone's catching, because now everyone's trying to like be rapper, cool gangster. You know what I mean? Like everyone's, because obviously
they're appropriating.
And you know, with anything else, you know, like that's always been something that like has been appropriative. And like, I mean, I'm not speaking for black people, but we do know that like inherently that was like gangsters and like rap and hip hop has always been like cool. But like once like white people or other people start catching on to the fact that that's cool, and they try to profit from it, you know what I mean? And trying to emulate it.
Appropriation.
But and you know, in any sense, like we can go about the whole like Gwen Stefani thing with Luxurious, and like
who's now on her Jesus train.
Is she really on the Jesus train?
Girl, she's been promoting Mark Wahlberg's prayer app.
Oh no, I hate that. Well, I still love fucking Sexy Cool. What was it? Sexy Baby Cool. Whatever that album was.
Well, clearly you love it so much.
The songs I like. Okay, let me just finish up because. Can you please let me finish? Can you please let me finish?
No, please finish.
So, there's like all these K-pop bands that have a rapper.
Those are
like,
sorry. Sorry, I don't want to. You going? Please let me finish. Is me when I'm having sex with a man.
Yeah.
Please let me finish.
Please don't just come and go.
Please don't get up. Please don't put your pants on.
They're at the door.
Yeah, you can finish now.
So then I'm listening to K-pop, and like now I'm suddenly hearing, you know, like even established groups like Twice, for example, who are also huge, and I love Twice. I'm definitely a once as well. As well as Blink. Twice all of a sudden.
What about Thrice?
That's not. All of them have their fan bases.
Okay, girl.
Anyway, so then out of nowhere, Twice also like then designate two other members to then start being like rappers, like Daeyeon and Chaeyoung, and I was like, okay, like since when are they rapping? Because I never used to rap before, but now suddenly they're rapping, so now they're both the rappers of the group, and it's just very funny how like now they're all trying to have a rapper, and sometimes, girl, it do be when it's done well, quote unquote, it can be fun because like you can find girls like Lisa who clearly have swagger, you know, and there are girls who like inherently do. I you know, obviously black people are not the only ones who can rap. Like, you know, Eminem is white person who raps well, and like there's other people with different ethnicities who can rap.
And let's not forget our white queen, Izzy Azalea. That one video of her trying to freestyle.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
But so I understand that they can find some of these K-pop girlies when they're training them since they're like 9 months old to rap, or like girls who they can spot have swagger. But sometimes, and it does happen, when you see that release of a group or of a song and they designated the rapper, and the rapper is just like, girl, it's cringe because they're like trying to be rapper.
Yeah.
Like it's just like that. But for what it's worth, I don't think JENNIE is at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to like rapping. I think she kind of has some swag. Not as much as Lisa, though. You need to listen to Lisa.
Sure. And I will say, like, again, when she's put up against, like, a real rapper, like the song Extra L with Doechii, like, Doechii's verse in that is so good. Like, I just, like, will repeat. And it's so short. And I'm, like, so mad because all the songs are very, like, quick. They're like 2.5, 3 minutes, whatever. And so like her feature is not very long, but I'm like, girl, I needed her more on it. But that song is so good. And unfortunately it wipes the floor with JENNIE. But then the rest of it.
Yeah, but then it also speaks to like the power of whoever's helping her produce the album too. Like to have someone like Doechii being as a feature on your song.
She's got Dua Lipa.
But you know what I mean? Like that's a big deal. And also that is a testament to Doechii believing in like, okay, like it's good for my image, to my exposure.
Oh, 100%. I mean, she is one of the biggest pop stars in the world. So
well,
I'm sure she was like,
unarguably speaking, JENNIE's more famous than Doechii, unfortunately.
That's what I'm saying. It's to help Doechii's career.
So what I'm saying is like, I also believe that Doechii as an artist, like integrity wise, like she would not have signed up to do something with JENNIE if she didn't think JENNIE was, you know, fun or talented.
No, sure. I think I just have to kind of giggle sometimes when I hear it because I'm just like, girl, you're trying a little too hard. But I do like the music.
Yeah. Also, if you're looking for other song recommendations from Lisa's album, or like I guess her latest singles, Rockstar is really fun. The extended version is such a vibe. I love it. And then New Woman with Rosalia. Girl, that music video. girl, these fucking pop girlies that came from K-pop know how to turn on a music video. You think you know music videos? Watch one of the music videos of these K-pop girlies. Those are music videos. They give you music videos. So good.
Well, it's because they've been working as like in a sweatshop for producing K-pop for years.
Who the girlies? They're not working at a sweatshop. They're like at a training camp, but they're not at a sweatshop.
That's what it sounds like for the horrors that some of them go through.
I know.
Because in Blackpink they sued their management company, right? Mm-hmm.
But then like they all split up,
right?
So but then they have a contract in which like each of their agencies are making a deal for each of them to then get together as Blackpink to do the world tour.
Got it.
Which happens a lot in K-pop, girl. Those contracts are crazy. They're like 8-year contracts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And to get out of, the thing is, it's really like trickery at its finest, because then they're basically conditioning you to like, one, work as hard as you fucking can to be a global superstar, to where then you have more leverage, to be able to like either get out of your contract or demand more money or like have more leverage because you're the face. Whereas a lot of these other girls who get into like an 8-year contract and they are struggling to break through, they have no other out. So they're like, I need to stay in this fucking shit and just like and hate it, for this long. Because there are some girls who like I've loved who like have killed themselves, and it's like really sad.
Oh my god.
There was this band called Kara, and Guhara was one of the. See, I'm really a K-pop stan. One of the girlies. Talk about like think beautiful, think stunning, think great dancer.
I'm picturing myself.
Yeah, be yourself. Oh, and by the way, also groups are known for having what they're called visuals. So sometimes a band member or like a K-pop
it's just a visual.
Is a visual. So
Me,
it's like,
that's my role in the group.
No, I'm always a leader. I was considered myself as a leader dancer.
I'm the look.
I'm not a main vocalist, but like that's okay because like I don't really need to do that. It's just like my visuals and like my dance skills and my leadership skills is what gonna get me into my next K-pop group.
And we'll can't wait to hear.
I know, but then like it was so funny because then. And we'll wrap up on K-pop. Sorry, y'all, but I mean it's a fun conversation. Actually, it's the thing. We did movies last week, so now we're doing music.
Like Jennie.
Okay.
So good.
Okay, that part.
I'm out here in Wyoming.
So it was so funny because then like third, fourth generation K-pop groups had a visual, right? So like sometimes it was like 8 girls and like one was like bumfuck ugly, but she had a good voice, and then like there was like some pretty ones. Now, mama, these 5th generation fucking K-pop groups, they're all visuals. Like, they're all incredible. They all rap. They all dance. They all sing. I'm like, wow. So like, there's not even visuals anymore because they're all visuals. They're all fucking stunning. This new... and now we'll get much further into it, but I can't.
Well, no, that was very informative.
Thank you. Oh, last recommendations corner for music. A band called aespa. They're like either 4th gen or 5th gen. aespa. These girlies know how to turn a music video. Listen to Armageddon, listen to Drama, and listen to Whiplash. And that's my recommendation. Whiplash is good. While I'm making Whiplash.
I do will say majority of the songs on Ruby, Jennie's album, are pretty good. I will say some of them are like I'll skip through, but I do like the one even with Dominic Fike, which fuck Dominic Fike.
Yeah, I'm a Hunter team Hunter.
Yeah, Team Hunter Schaefer, not him cheating on her, evil nasty man.
I know, but Miss Hunter, I mean,
she's been looking good.
She's a fucking model. Duh.
I know, but listen, are you familiar with her stylist Dara?
Well, I'm not. It's not. She's been my friend, but like I know of her.
That's what I'm saying. Are you familiar with her work?
Beyond Hunter?
Well, no, I'm just like, I follow her on Instagram and like other social media platforms.
So who else does she style?
She styles Addison Rae.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She also is like the she works. God, is she the editor in chief or the style editor for Interview magazine?
Dara, you said?
Yeah, Dara. Lovely, beautiful trans woman, so fucking iconic, and like she also models as well, and like just like the work that she does with Hunter is just so good. Like she did Hunter's look for RuPaul's Drag Race.
Fashion director for Interview Mag.
Fashion director.
Yes. No. Yeah. Oh yes. Of course. Yes. Very. Now putting my face to the name. Yes. Very familiar with Dara. So funny about Interview magazine because like the person who's
Mel Ottenberg.
Mel.
Seen him on Grindr before. I haven't favorited.
Mel Ottenberg famously my one random shift, I was working at the place of establishment of work that we're at. I was working a random lunch. I don't know what occurred. I think I was just doing them a favor, and I worked a lunch, and it was so busy because I always make it busy. And then Mel comes in, and I didn't look properly at first because he wasn't the one that checked in. It was, I think, his friend or whatever. And then I told him the wait, which was about like, I think at that point for lunch was just only an hour, which is still not. I mean, people going out to lunch only have like a limited time of period too, so they can't really wait an hour for lunch. So I get it. But then looked at the friend, and then Mel looked at me like I think he was waiting for me to clock him. You know,
you're a faggot.
And so I was like, okay, halfway through me saying an hour and looking at him, I clocked him. But then I was like, I already said an hour. And I was like, I need to make like a really quick decision in my head. Like, am I just going to clock myself now and be like, oh, actually, I think we have something. Or I'm just going to stick to my guns. And I stuck to my guns. And then he just kept looking at me. And I'm not saying he was being rude about it, but he definitely was
expecting special treatment.
You can tell. Again, not even in a cunty way, not in a mean, obnoxious way, but I could feel the energy in which once I saw him, he thought I was going to change my mind, and I didn't.
Did you see the video of Azalea Banks like a week and a half, maybe it was a week ago, week before, for London Fashion Week, where
no, but I saw her fucking tweets about Lady Gaga's freaking
and she's a huge fan of Miss Mayhem. No, but Azalea was at London Fashion Week, and she was at the same restaurant that Mel Ottenberg was at, and she recorded him, and he was like on a date with like a twink, and she goes, ooh, he's on a date with a tote bag queen. She was like, Mama, he's just trying to boost his career. And she was like giving commentary while just like recording them from a distance, and posted it to her Twitter, and it went kind of viral. It was just so funny. And then people in the comments were like, well, what's wrong with having a tote bag? And she's like, girl, if you're gonna try to go out with the editor-in-chief of Interview magazine,
you're not gonna be going.
You're gonna roll up to the restaurant in a fucking tote bag.
But that's what I mean, Nick. Sometimes when I try to give you advice on what not to show up for at a party or
I understand.
Okay, thank you. So it's not coming from a place of just be judging.
If I'm gonna meet up with someone who's established, I'm not gonna bring my fucking tote bag. I'll wear a purse.
Girl, this is coming from townspeople. This is coming from Nick, who like not even 2 weeks ago we were trying to go out somewhere. He was like, just bring your backpack. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You really were about to bring your backpack to a night out.
No, I was telling you to bring your bag.
No, me with my bag. And I was like, I'm not going to bring my bag. Oh, I went to have dinner with Michelle Collins, and you were like, just bring your computer with you. I was like, you think I'm about to go show up to fucking Soho House with my fucking laptop in my tote bag?
They have coat check.
But I'm not. But then I'm gonna have to get it. Like it's just not the look and the vibe. Like that's like, let's go to lunch. Let's go to a coffee shop. Let's get work done. Not going.
Listen,
out
if I have things on me, I carry my life in my bag. So if I'm
then maybe you need to restructure the fact that you shouldn't carry your life in your backpack. Maybe you should start decompartmentalizing. Why do you always carry this everywhere?
No. The reason I
mind you, carries everything but poppers or a douche bulb or things that actually would matter in an emergency. This girl don't have lube, don't have anything in her fucking backpack, but he has a sewing kit. But they've got a freaking like Aquaphor, I guess, could be helpful.
Necessary. I'm not. But the thing is, I'm not going out to gigs anymore. But the thing is,
gigs canceled.
My gigs are canceled. We're rescheduling. Everyone's gonna get a refund. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more updates for reschedules. But no, like the reason I bring, like, if I have my bag and stuff, it's usually because I'm going to work and I need my computer and everything. And if I get invited to do something afterwards, I'll just bring it with me, because what am I gonna do? I can't leave it. Like if I was gonna, for example, the situation we were in was Peru came over to record, had his computer and whatever, and his backpack. He has his backpack is a leather backpack. Like if you would not think twice about it, like being like, ew, nasty, dirty little backpack. Like no, you have like it goes with what you wear, whatever.
Intentionally.
But I think so. Like if I was in your position and I had somewhere to be afterwards, I would just bring it with me, because I'm like, well, I already have it. I'm gonna need this tomorrow. So like, what am I gonna do? Like I have no other option but to bring it with me. Versus if I had nothing else planned and I got invited out to a dinner, I'm not gonna bring my computer, my like whatever, my notebook, my journal, like all this stuff with me. Like I will just bring my little purse with my wallet, my coin purse, my keys, like whatever. So don't try
and your headphones around your neck. Townspeople.
No, I think it goes on my purse.
don't lie to yourself. You know, sometimes you've worn those headphones around your neck when we've been out.
That was maybe twice.
We've been fully out of Flaming Rattlesnake, and your headphones were around your neck. And I was like, what is this? The college library? Like, you gotta put your headphones away, Diva.
The only reason I kept it on my neck for that one was because it went with the look.
It did. It's not a look unless you're outside walking. If you want to make it street style, be in the streets, Diva, not inside.
I disagree.
Well, girl.
And that's why we have various tastes, and that's why I will be the face of many a fashion house. And because I stick to my guns and I just live my life. And
I stick to my guns too.
And I just dress the way that I want to, and I don't listen to other people's negative criticism because I'm an independent person.
You're a new woman. That's a song.
K-pop?
Well, no, it's Lisa with Rosalia.
Is that not K-pop? Because Lisa's K-pop.
We literally just had a whole discussion about this. Clearly, you did not retain information.
No, I
just
didn't.
Because she's known for K-pop doesn't mean that every song she makes is a K-pop song.
Okay.
It's just what she is, just a pop song called New Woman.
Okay, I'm learning.
I hope you're listening and you're learning.
I am. My ears are open.
We forgot to tell you old townspeople too. Last week we had some celebrity sightings, but none of the kind that you thought. Oh, actually, before we get into our celebrity adult entertainer sightings, I want to shout out from the actual Google form, which if you want access to, you can go on our Patreon link in anywhere around here somewhere.
It's in the bio.
It's in it's down below.
As the person who edits and posts the video, it's in the bio.
But technically, if they're watching, if you're a visual or anything, it's down below. The link is down below for the Patreon.
In the bio.
And that's not a bio. It's a description of the video. Exactly.
The description.
Yeah, take it back, Diva. But where you can submit for like the...
It's essentially the biography of the video. Thank you.
But anyway, so we do like extended episodes there, like almost up to an hour basically every fucking week, just us talking and reading your Google form suggestions, concerns, shout outs, or questions. Anyway, we want to just get to this one really quickly because a shout out to Josh. Male 27-year-old did not give us a location. So Josh in the world.
Just
shout out Josh.
Free. Shout out Josh.
Love you, Josh. Thank you for being part of the town council assembly or trust and believer, whichever you are. But you quickly asked, "Hi girls, are we watching Traitors this season? If so, what do we think about the drag queen? No spoilers if you haven't watched. Love you both and the pot so much." We wanted to bring this up here on the main ep because unfortunately I don't
watch the Traitors.
Nick doesn't watch Traitors, and again for those who, because the finale already happened, so like
I saw clips.
You saw clips,
mm-hmm.
So
Dorinda was talking back. Oh, sorry.
Well, hold on. If you do not watch Traitors, continue listening. If you do watch Traitors and you haven't, if you mean to or whatever, maybe skip like 60 seconds because we won't talk about it much. But like skip ahead 60 seconds. Okay, you've been warned. I stopped watching after Bobby Drag Queen got eliminated because he gets ousted on the third episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually into it for the drama, but then once Bob left, he was kind of like the main reason why I was watching. And then I kind of just like fell back and stopped catching up on Traitors. I like the idea of Traitors. It seems like a fun gig to even do. Like I would participate in Traitors.
Oh, for sure, an easy check.
Yeah, but I mean, I stopped watching, but I do know that like Dolores from Housewives was one of, I think, the winners. Zac Efron's Dylan Efron is also one of the winners, the brother. And then the Bachelorette girl who's now just like a social media fucking like queen.
That's what they always do.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Because she's now married to Robbie Hoffman. Comedian Robbie Hoffman. Did you know that?
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, good for them.
Famous lesbian.
Good for them.
I know. Like, crazy how that turnaround happened.
I will say, I tried watching last season's Traitors, like season 2, because I think this is season 3, because Larsa Pippen was on, and I'm a big Real Housewives of Miami fan, and I think she's the dumbest person alive. And I just was like, I cannot wait. And of course, she lived up to the expectation, but as soon as she got eliminated, I was like, okay, I have no reason to watch this anymore.
And that's the thing. I feel like with Traitors, what would draw more people in who are not just watching it for one specific person is maybe because they only cast from Survivor, Big Brother, Housewives, and now Drag Race. That's like or the Challenge. That's their main pool of people where they pick from.
That's what they have in the past. I feel like I think they're open to like all reality TV show people. I know,
but I mean, I'm saying is that it's only the third season, and that seems to be all they're pulling from.
Sure.
So I would venture out and say it's just like maybe like branch out and get more other like pop culture girlies who might be like more compelling or more broad to like appeal. Because I'm watching and I'm like, who are these people? Like I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, I just like I'm not a reality sort of game show kind of enjoyer. Like unfortunately, like I just don't. That's not my tea. Like I do like the interpersonal aspect of like the drama, sure, but that's like so limited. I don't care about the challenges. Like that was the thing that when I was watching, I was like, I don't give a fuck. That's why I like the Housewives or like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like I like it just like watching girlies just like get like fight and just like gossip. Like that's my shit. Like that's all I care about. I just want the gossip.
Well, we did see some celebrities of our own. So I forgot to talk about it on the podcast, but like a week and a half ago, this specific adult content creator came into our job.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Ryan St. Michael, and he's like, I guess, what would you consider him in the porn world? Like a daddy?
Yeah,
Southern daddy.
He's a daddy.
And he came in with this other dude who, like, I guess he was, like, maybe dating or something. But it's so funny because, like, when, like, the last time another porn star came into work was Matthew Ellis. Are you familiar with Matthew Ellis's work?
Show me an image, because that name sounds so familiar.
Oh, girl. And you know, you're going to know. You're going to know. I can't believe you can't think of him from the top of your head.
The name is really familiar.
He's, like, known. He's, like, a big known muscle bottom. Like... He like gets DP'd all the time. Like it's his bread and butter. This guy.
Oh, I don't know him.
You don't?
No, I don't. I've never seen him before. Not my type.
Well, I mean, I would, but I mean, he's also just like a sloppy bottom. But doesn't he look like? Hey, and shout out, actually, this is not a read, so I don't know if you listen to, but you know Hilberto, comedian Hilberto. He looks like the white Hilberto, doesn't he?
He does.
So Hilberto Soto, who's a comedian here in New York City, who's done my shows and a fellow peer, and he's great. Shout out Hilberto.
Did my show too.
Well, our show.
Wow.
I guess.
She's trying to take it.
He did my show and our show. Wow, me and my two shows. Who would have thought? But
wow.
He's
excluding
also
me out of the conversation, just like that man excluded me out of the conversation when he was flirting with the waitress at drinks.
So anyway,
the men in my life are trash.
So Matthew Ellis did come to work and like for lunch and like famously like ate a burger and fries, and I'm like, well, I guess you don't have a gig today. I guess this is the one day of the week that you're eating.
Mama, he's Imodiumed up, you know.
Oh, you know. But I mean, also to have that kind of body, he has to have like a very strict nutritional regimen. You know what I mean? So like, I'm sure
that sounds like a prison to me.
No, I mean, listen, I'm gonna say, especially because I am in a fitness journey right now, and I'm feeling really confident within my body, and I only want to get more and more and more in shape and more obnoxious about it. I will say it is not
like that though.
That's just different. With that is. The thing is, what you forget to think about when it comes to like nutrition or health or fitness, it is a lifestyle. And I'm not trying to say that to be like, I'm saying you're quite literally changing your life to that.
Yes.
So when some people are like, oh, I couldn't live my life that way, well, like that means it's because like it's not your lifestyle. So some people choose to change their lives in order to look that way. Does that make sense? So while you're like,
I'm familiar with the concept,
but I'm just saying, like, a lot of people just give it flag. We'd be like, that's such a prison. You shouldn't limit your weight. But I mean, that's just a person living the life that they want to live.
Yeah, but I would just question. I'm always thinking about the reasoning why someone wants to restrict and do their lifestyle. Like so.
But again, so see words like that, like restrict, like it just makes it sound like they're doing something that is like, wrong or like
I don't think it's
opposing what like regular people would do, but it's just like everyone can choose to like do what they want with their lives.
No, exactly, but sometimes listen, as a former disordered eating girly.
Well, see, now you're getting into different territories because then you can't assume that every person who's like ripped.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying, but I because of my lived experience, I sort of see things through that filter. So whenever I come across somebody who is very regimented in what they do in terms of like exercise and diet and whatnot to look and achieve a certain physical shape, I just am always thinking to myself, is this is this healthy? I'm always like, is it for this person? Is this healthy? And because sometimes you hear certain routines that certain people have, and it is borderline sometimes, abusive towards themselves, just for the sake of trying to appeal to specifically men.
Of course. But there's also the flip side to that, which also gives you the idea that, America has one of the highest rates of obesity in the world. Like, America is known, and Americans are known for not living a healthy lifestyle in general. And
but just because somebody looks healthy doesn't mean that they necessarily are.
Yeah, same thing with people who we just think are living their life and enjoying their life doesn't mean that they're making healthy decisions either. A good example of this, and I'm not American, so I can speak on this and seeing the difference. I grew up in Peru up until I was 14. I grew up with having a homemade meal with probably at that point I didn't even know, but now I know I was eating probably mostly organic, mostly from farm to table, and obviously we did have supermarkets. Of course, we were consuming processed foods, but I'm just saying I was eating a homemade meal most of my childhood up until I was 14, and I only knew that because when I came into the U.S., the first thing you're introduced is frozen foods, microwave things, fast food, fatty, eat.
What did you just call me?
Consumption. And so on that sense, I do know that I would venture out and say that people who care for themselves physically, as long as they're having a well balance with their mental health too, are probably doing a better service to themselves than people who are just recklessly eating whatever and not caring about their health and their bodies. You know what I mean?
Sure. I think it's all in moderation, essentially.
Ultimately,
at the end of the day. But anytime I come across, and specifically this is gay men, because gay men have, from my experience and my...
The reasonings why they do...
The reasons why they're doing it is a little bit more okay. But also I'm sometimes I just have to look at that and I go, is that really what you want, or do you feel pressured to maintain that?
Yeah, and that's us too. Also, self-analyzing their decisions based on our misconceptions.
For sure, and yes, it's projection because obviously I'm seeing it through the perspective of somebody who has lived their life to some degree to that, to try to uphold or try to achieve that sort of thing. But now I'm at a place where I choose not to because it's better for my mental health.
It is for mental health, but I feel we've also discussed this between our friendship. I'm okay, Nick, I'm telling you this as your sister who loves you. Eating fast food every other day is quite literally not good for your body, and it's gonna have a big toll on you physical health in the long run. So I did see Miss Thing making adjustments and trying to eat more at home or making some foods, and I really was proud of you for making that shift and hearing you talk about food in a healthy way and food. Well,
ultimately, I think the main reason why I do fast food so much is just because I'm lazy.
Yeah, and that's something that you can change about yourself.
Oh, so I have to change. You think I need to change?
Nothing in life comes easy.
Wow.
Everything requires discipline and sacrifice. But anyway, we were talking about porn stars. Oh, yeah. So this guy comes, and of course, I shoot my shot with every single person, and I intentionally sat them somewhere that was a cute corner booth in our main space, and then the chef's girlfriend was seated next to them, so I intentionally came up to their table to talk to them so they could clock me, and the manager and the server both clocked. They were like, "That guy keeps staring at you," and I was like, "Yeah, that's the whole part, Beth." And
he looked so gay too.
He looked so gay. It was two gays, one with a mock neck. Turtleneck. And
no, it was a full turtleneck.
Cream turtleneck, and the other one was wearing a sweater, black sweater. And then I remember when he clocked that the porn star when Ryan was looking at me, he went and put his arm on his thigh, and I was like, "Okay, girl, relax. I'm not
He's
coming
marking
for
his
your man."
territory.
Mind you, I did DM him after he left.
Did he respond?
He didn't respond.
Wait, what did he say?
But it's so funny. So you want to read what he said? Because I don't care. What's the worst that can happen? He says no or he doesn't respond. Great. I don't know him. So I did follow him to see if he would see it. And I of course, unfollowed him because he didn't follow me back. So, I'm not about to do that. But I just wanted him to see me.
How many followers?
38,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
More than you. more than you.
Also, another, and actually, I will say it publicly here because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Lately, last week, a week and a half, I got hit on Sniffies by Miss Jonah Wheeler, another adult performer, and I would have a fun time with Jonah Wheeler. He seems like someone who like would be fun to actually talk to after having sex.
Yeah,
you know, he's a musician, he's a performer. That would be a really fun hookup, I think. So Jonah Wheeler, hey, I'm waiting for your response. Well, he hit me up first, actually. So.
Well, yeah, and then you've been crashing out because he didn't respond.
Well, actually, from his social media, I think he had like a health thing.
Oh.
Like a health thing. So I said, saw you at my job today at 11:50 that same day. Like I left work at 11, and like literally as soon as I got.
Nasty gay person.
Saw you at my job today. If you wanted to hang out in the city, I'd be happy to show you around, devil face. And he said the next morning, oh my God, at blank, it was so good. And then I was like, okay, well, let me make sure he knows what I mean. So I said,
when I say show you around, I mean show you my hole.
So I said, wanted to say something but didn't want to interrupt. Hope you liked the corner table. And again, if you're interested, would be down to hang out. Smiley face. So I'm laying it thick.
Okay.
And then he says, it was amazing. Clapping emoji. And then, huge thanks for the offer, but I'm basically overscheduled for the remainder of my stay. Smiley emoji with the sweat thing on the head.
Damn.
So I just liked it and quickly unfollowed him.
You do what you gotta do, babe.
You do what you gotta do, girl. But I don't know. Like, I wanted to, you know, and I don't know. Just the fantasy of it, like, really intrigued me. And I thought that would be a fun thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't work out, unfortunately.
That's okay.
It's okay, though. I'm a new woman.
For me, for developments, a man recently sat me down. A man that I know. I'm not going to reveal too much because we're still in the early stages of it. But he did come up to me and go, so usually I've been straight my whole life.
Wait, no, Nick. You're going to talk about that?
Why am I not going to say it?
No, you should. But I feel like that's also something that you probably should, like... Because the story's not as good without you talking about like thoroughly.
Well, I wasn't gonna get into it. I was just gonna say
no. I think listen. To be fair, I think it's a good story, and you should absolutely. I think give the Cliff's Notes here on the regular episode and on the Patreon. Because girl, if
I just had a joke that I wanted to give because I thought I know you're gonna laugh at it.
What?
Well, because I was gonna say, so this man comes up to me, and I will probably talk about this more after more things happen because something's gonna happen tomorrow.
No, if you're on the please, we're gonna discuss something crazy happened to Nick at work. Something crazy happened to Nick.
But he said to me, he goes, normally my whole life I've been straight, and the first thing I thought to myself, girl, that pretty girl mantra, she is stunner, make you want to swing both ways. Jenny,
the pretty girl mantra.
That's the joke I wanted to make. That's it. Because I heard that song on literally when I was listening to the album, and I was like, is this fucking play about us? I was like, oh my God. I said, Jenny, what do you know about this?
She knows. Jenny knows.
So yeah, so that's my only update.
Okay, something crazy happened with someone that we have.
No. That's all I'm gonna say because then I'll reveal more because stuff is gonna happen tomorrow, I'm sure. And like,
no, but we have to talk about it on the Patreon what happened. Something crazy happened to Nick at work, and we're going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, something did crazy happen.
Okay, we're going to be talking about it, so if you want to sign up, it's there, please. And also, we're doing the vlog, y'all, is going to come. We'll discuss it, whatever.
Yeah.
But what was, tonight, I'm going to, tonight is Saturday, I'm going to the Nati Peluso concert here at Brooklyn Paramount. I'm so excited. If y'all follow me at Hey Peru on Instagram, you know.
Can't believe you're going to go see the former Speaker of the House. Over at Brooklyn Paramount, shaking her shit.
Shake a fucking thing.
Come on, Nancy Pelosi.
Come on, Nancy. But Nancy Pelosi is an incredible rapper, singer, performer, incredible fucking person. And I'm going to go see her for the first time. And I ride and die for two girlies, Kali Uchis and Nancy Peluso. So I cannot believe I'm going to go see her live. I'm kind of gagged. I'm kind of excited for it.
Is it general admission or do you have seats?
It's general admission and balcony. So it's like two leveled, I guess. But it's not, I don't think it's assigned seating.
Oh, okay.
I think the balcony is assigned seating and general admission is just floor level.
I've never been there before, so I don't know.
Me neither. But I'm excited. But as far as anything else, we'll talk about it next week when we record. But I guess by the time this drops, well, I guess maybe I can talk about that later. But tomorrow, Nick and I are going to be hanging out at night because it's gonna be my last day at my place establishment of work.
Yay!
We'll get
I'm free.
Yeah, actually, you're not free because you're not gonna have anyone to give you chicken paillard and fries, girl.
Wow.
So you're gonna have to like ask somebody else to feed you.
Oh, trust I'll start sucking dick for food.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because that other girl's gonna be leaving back to their hometown soon, so you're not gonna have any dick to suck. Who dick you sucking?
I'll find somebody. Who's dick you sucking? I'll find somebody. Don't worry. Mama finds a way.
Although I don't know, I feel like our non-sexual titles of the app do better than the sexual ones. Like the episode from last week already has more views than the previous other two.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Or it's almost gone to, I don't know what's happening with YouTube and like the algorithm. I just want to let you know, please subscribe. Please like the videos, rate us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, please. We're trying to grow this shit. And like this algorithm's not algorithm lately. It's kind of like obnoxious.
Trump's America.
It is Trump's America, honestly. Sometimes when I go on and put a hashtag, I get kind of like queasy about it. Like I feel like, wait, what if Meta's like censoring or not spreading out like gay content as much as it used to before? You know, that wouldn't be like that out of the ordinary. If they're like not pushing as much like LGBT content, but they're pushing all the other content out. Like randomly when like Trump got elected, people suddenly saw that they were following JD Vance and they're just like, what was happening? Like random follows. You saw that, right?
Yeah, but that's because they were following the vice president Instagram.
I know that. Some people were, like Robert and them, but there were other people who were reporting, I never followed any political accounts, and then I went and saw who I was following, and I was following Trump.
Interesting, because that didn't happen to me, but I did see people talk about it.
Yeah. So like,
but I've been getting pushed a lot of religious content.
Yeah, I got pushed that ad of Chris Pratt pushing his app.
Well, that's Mark Wahlberg's app.
It's like but I mean
the Halo app.
It's called Halo. Yeah.
That's what Gwen Stefani also did for.
She read a verse.
She said, "Guys, for Lent, what I'm giving up is," and then I can't remember what it was. She's like, "But I'm gonna get on Halo and like whatever." I was like, "Girl, what?" And she's wearing a big ass cross on her neck.
Can you believe the change in our times now? That like for the next 4 years, we're gonna have to be dealing with people literally just like. Okay, well, if the market says we gotta be conservative, let's fucking do that.
Yeah, no thank you. I did that for 18 years of my life.
It's kind of, but beyond just being religious, because I believe that people who can be religious and can be progressive. I don't believe in organized religion, but I believe that religion culturally is inherently culturally ingrained in many societal groups. So I'm not about to like just shit on people who are religious, but I am gonna shit on organized religion.
Specifically evangelical Christians.
But I just find it really crazy that like the shift has been so clear. People just being like, oh, now like suddenly these gays are coming out as like MAGA supporters. Well, suddenly everyone's trying to be conservative now, or just be like whatever.
Well, because one, it's either one they're just grifters because they're going to do whatever's popular so they can remain relevant and keep their following.
Yeah, but you just said it. Whatever's popular. It's crazy that that's what's popular now.
Yeah, but it's just because of like who we have in office, and like if we're being completely frank, like it's not going to last very long.
Well, of course, because the world will only keep advancing and moving forward.
But I think like
we're going to get stuck. But it doesn't.
But my hope is that we, as a collective of people, see these people for who they are and see that they flip flop left and right and that they're not trustworthy. A lot of these celebrities and like. People in positions of power.
And by the way, quickly addendum to a couple of weeks ago, maybe even last week, I want to just really make a quick corrections corner. And maybe something because it was weighing on me. I really hope that when we were discussing Millie Bobby Brown, because ever since we discussed her, growing up and whatnot, she did do an interview
I saw that, yeah.
In which she said, a lot of these people who are interviewing her, writing articles about her, and girl came with receipts. She listed who the person was and where they wrote, like an actual news publication. And she was like, it's crazy that these people are getting paid to write dissertations on me about who I am as a woman and as a girl and how I want to represent myself or how I want to, whatever, do with my body. And when I was reading that, I felt some kind of way in which like I hope that in our silly kiki conversation we weren't coming across as just like salaciously making fun of her. I don't think we were making fun of her, and so I just want to say that to any townsperson who heard that conversation between the two of us a couple episodes ago.
Also, if you're a Millie Bobby Brown stan girl, at this point, just unsubscribe.
No, I mean, listen.
Because listen,
but she did make
the body of work. It's not there.
But I mean, but listen, I still like her, and she did make some really valid points that made me think about us commenting on her. And so I did want to bring it up now that you're talking about it, because the conversation came from like two people who, like, you know, we adore and revere women, and we weren't trying to like decimate her womanhood. We were just, you know, as sisters, we were just like, okay, girly pop, like, what is happening? Something clearly is going on. But ultimately, like we did say in that episode, she's free to do whatever she wants with her body. It's just that objectively speaking, you know, like the look is very different. But listen, if that's what she's loving and she's
if you want to look like a 45-year-old New Jersey housewife, girl,
go get it, girl, and like
get into that gig.
Yeah. And so, you know, I just want to put that out there. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that I am here and I heard her, and I actually.
It sounds like Millie reached out to you directly and was like, "I have a sniper." Angled right at your window.
Listen, I did have an audition come up recently in which, you know, who knows? Imagine. And I'm like, okay, so I'm actually going to be working.
You're like my co-star, my bestie.
But no, so anyway. So, yeah. But I mean, I guess the trend is that. But ultimately, I feel like I don't want to be like a doom whatever person. But I do know that as I am entering my villain era, it's also like as a defense mechanism, because I know for a fact, to me personally, I don't know that I think it's gonna get pretty bad until it gets better again. I know it'll get better again because that's just how life's gonna work.
The pendulum will swing.
But, you know, I'm just, you know, trucking on forward, knowing that like things aren't gonna be pretty for a little bit. But, you know, here we are, girl. I'm about to turn. Oh, well, I'm not going to say my birthday's coming up. Big bash.
She's turning 21.
Yeah. Well, the theme of my birthday party last year was Super Sweet 16. I was going to make a quinceañera birthday themed party this year, but since some stipulations of my life did change, the funds have also, you know, the allowance.
And quinceañeras are expensive. I've been to one.
Oh, honey, I know quinceañeras. So the allowance for funds for a quinceañera, unfortunately, this year are not going to be funding. However, there is going to be a bash. I've already narrowed it down to 2 venues. DJ secured. It's going to be a super bash.
Same DJs last year?
Of course.
Okay.
But this time with like much more of like an inviting environment, because last year where I threw my birthday party was not an inviting space. And I will say it. Anyway,
okay, I'm not a part of that.
But I am, and I can say it. I won't say the venue because I know Nick will edit it, but
I will. Yeah.
But just so you know, like
to protect my sister, ultimately,
you can just back and review maybe last year my posts where I threw my birthday party, and then you'll know. But anyway, so this is just gonna be somewhere much more inviting, much more fun, really cool, and I'm super excited. And the theme is gonna be, because I'm in my villain telenovela era. So it's gonna be very much inspired by like drama. So I'm thinking of titling it either. I don't want to do Night of a Thousands, whatever, but I think I'm gonna call it Noche Salvaje, which means wild night in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And the dress code's gonna be animal. So like, just unleash your inner animal. You must wear an animal print.
Oh my god, I don't have any animal.
Well, you're gonna have to go thrift shopping, girl. So I like the dress code.
Wait, I have a cow print sweater.
Well, it has to be like an animal print. Like you want you to be as printed out as possible, within your means.
It's a cardigan that looks like a cow.
Okay, but I mean, the thing is, it's not just salvaje. It's supposed to be Latina, sexy, hot, spicy. Like, I don't want you showing.
Cows aren't hot and spicy.
Not with your fucking move librarian cardigan. Like, you're gonna have to like sexy it up.
Am I not sexy?
So dress code.
My natural sexiness just exudes off my body.
So the dress code is like gonna be like animal print, but I want it to be inspired by Latin, you know, culture. So I want everyone to like come like, ay, 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 and I can say that. Ay, 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 spicy. I want everyone to come in channeling like Sofia Vergara and like fucking Pedro Pascal and like just be like sexy Latin bitches. Yeah, I want tight mini dresses. I want bare chests. I want buttons all the way down. I want tight pants. Like, I want sex, Latin sex appeal.
No trench coat button to the top.
No.
No Lily Rose Depp.
Nothing. No, I want skin. I want tight. I want shiny. I want glittery, and I want animal.
And what's your pioneer for the week?
Oh, well, it's gonna be Nati Peluso because I'm going to her concert. Specifically speaking, the salsa song that she released 2 days ago, which I found out through social media, she is including in her set list, and I've been listening to it nonstop. So I know the lyrics, called "Erotica," which translates to erotic. It's a great salsa hit about her being erotic and like being erotic for her man. And the music video is so hot. Y'all should watch Nati Peluso's Erotica music video and just listen to Nati Peluso in general.
My trailblazer for the week is going to be the album Ruby by Jennie.
Hey! Thank for the girl part.
No, but specifically like Jennie and Extra L featuring Doechii are like the two kind of standouts on that album for me. So good. So big fan.
We're going to be moving on to the Patreon to discuss Nick's instance at work, which has to be discussed. And that's
you have to be quick because you have to leave soon.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it'll be a quick one, y'all. So if you're on the Patreons, I'm so sorry. I know we typically give you to 45 minutes to an hour. This one will be quick. But we'll get into the gig. And then we'll also, since we don't have that much time, we'll probably discuss one of the shorter, maybe Google... there's a Google form submission regarding Grindr hookups, which I think we can make pretty brief. But we'll discuss that. But other than that, just follow us here on Instagram at Pioneers and Trailblazers or on YouTube at Pioneers and Trailblazers. Please make sure you're subscribing, liking our videos if you're watching them. It doesn't take too long. Just click on the like video, drop a comment if you've got an extra 5 seconds to help us with the algorithm divaness. And then make sure that you've rated us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast to make sure people are finding this podcast and they can be members of our town, right? We're being much more diligent with videos on Instagram and making sure that stays active. So continue helping with our supports and growing our reach because we want to make sure that more people get to find out our lovely town.
You can follow Peru at Hey Peru everywhere. You can follow me, Nicholas.Rose, on Instagram, Clownfacebinch on TikTok. I have made a comeback and a lot of you have expressed your excitement over that. So thank you everybody for the warm welcome back.
Yay, we love a diva.
And
welcome back era.
Yes, and you can follow me on Twitter at clownfacebinch or clownfacebitch with a T, sorry. And that's it.
Bye. See you next week.